Today I will respond to a manager's vacancy and go through an interview with a robot. I will receive all the information about the company, motivation and work processes beforehand. After that, the robot will guide me through all the stages of training and hire me. Do you think this is fantastic and a revolution in hiring? Do you think a robot will replace the training and hiring department and will now work instead of you? You're 90% right. Neural networks are already able to 1. Evaluate the resume according to the necessary parameters and invite only suitable candidates for an interview. 2. Conduct interviews in Zoom, answer questions online, and evaluate the final answers. 3. To teach using the accumulated knowledge base. But there are also disadvantages. The cost for May 2024 is an average of $10 per interview. It does not work in all countries, and not all candidates have a VPN. It is difficult to work with foreign speech, and those who can cost 3 times more expensive. Therefore, there is no revolution in hiring yet, and a person is needed who will set up and control the system. But before you completely replace it with robotics, you need to automate the process, and for automation you need to go through manual labor, you need to prepare for future progress, and create your own algorithms for hiring using your own skills. It's only been a year since the first version of the hiring robot, and I've already created the second version. During this time, more than 3,000 people have been interviewed through the robot. And if you are the head of the sales department in our company, you know exactly how the system works, since such a robot hires sales department heads from us, although it is slightly different. Well, if you are a good sales manager, then you can go through an interview and get a job with us in the same way using the link in the comments. Our recruitment is constant, as we are engaged in the rental of managers. And now we will analyze the robot that will help guide the sales manager through all stages of the recruitment funnel from response to work. There have been cases when the sales manager never communicated with people before starting work, thanks to a properly configured algorithm. There are also recruitment agencies that have reduced the price by 6 times due to the fact that they have implemented this tool. Let me show you an example and go through an interview with a robot. As an ordinary applicant, I responded to the vacancy. After 15 minutes, I was sent an invitation to an interview. I still have no idea that my resume was not even looked at, and all this is done by robots. The text is pleasant. In the invitation, I am offered an interview with a robot or with an interviewer in person. A good choice. I responded late at night and do not intend to wait until morning. I want to go right now, so I will choose a robot. I click on the link in the Telegram. They immediately send me information about the company, motivation and working conditions. Everything is conveniently located by points on a special website. I have studied, I am satisfied with everything, and then follow the instructions for the interview. The classic form with checkboxes is intuitive. It looks like a questionnaire, but there are elements of the questions that are asked to me in an interview. I just click on the checkboxes, carefully studying each question. I answer very honestly. Basically, this is a survey on skills, experience, tool ownership, knowledge. Some of it is duplicated from the resume. I'll just copy and paste. But there are also difficult issues with cases. I don't know the answer to everything, although obviously, according to the sales theory I'm familiar with. It took me only 3 minutes for the interview, and only 10 minutes have passed since the invitation. And lo and behold, the bot immediately sent me the evaluation result and hired me. He also praised me. He showed me where I have a lack of skills and knowledge and evaluated each item. An ordinary interviewer doesn't do that. I immediately receive the contract and the NDA. I only need to sign them and I can already work. But to get started, I am being asked to complete training. I hope that everything will pass as quickly. And here everything is even simpler. First they send a video playlist with the theory of sales on YouTube from HeadRent. I just remember that I was unable to answer some questions during the interview, and this training will allow me to raise my skills. In 1 hour of watching, I remember what I already knew, but at the same time I learn a lot of new things. I'm taking the sales test, though not on the first try. Some of the questions are familiar to me, and I have already answered them during the interview, but now I'm answering correctly. I understand my mistakes. Errors after a failed attempt were highlighted to me and explained why. Free training. I feel like my skills have risen overnight. Even though it's already the middle of the night, I can't tear myself away. This is the first time this has happened to me. After successful completion, the next stage is sent to me. I am successfully studying the product, the script, and the process of working in the company. I am also undergoing certifications. Everything is presented in text and video format. It's not even morning yet, and I've already gone through all the stages of training. As a result, I was sent all the working links and I am ready for my first working day. I greet my new colleagues in the chat, I get emoticons, now I'm on the team, and last night I was looking for a job. I can't believe this is the first time such an experience has happened. I immediately understand the level of the company, and I have no doubt that this company is ideal for me, that the company keeps up with the times and all processes are also established. Although I have other offers on hand and several scheduled interviews for today, but I have not had such an interview yet. I have already been accepted. I have already been trained. The terms of the contract and motivation are transparent. I do not need to go to interviews, answer stupid questions of the same type and wait for the results. I'm already working. I'm already accepted. My choice is obvious. At the moment, such a hiring algorithm is standard in large companies where you need to hire 10 or more employees per day. Everything is based on Google and Telegram tools. In some places, neural networks helped me create the code, namely my favorite ChatGPT. The template is available via the link in the description and in the pinned comment. It's easy enough to copy it to get started. Checklists, links, and tools are attached to the template. Each attached tool has been tested tens of thousands of times on the experience of hundreds of HeadRent executives. What the robot can do at the moment. This is a classic bot telegram with integration with the knowledge base in the form of Google Sheets. The bot conducts recruitment and training stages by sending text information. At the interview stage, he evaluates according to the checklist and immediately sends the results of the assessment with recommendations. At each stage of training, he sends information materials and, as a result, evaluates the studied material in the form of a certification through a test, sends out reminders at each stage, and weeds out those who have not passed the required stage. But before copying, I recommend watching the following videos on the link in the comments, where I will tell you in detail how to set up a robot for yourself, how to write a selling vacancy, create a knowledge base, how to create a Telegram bot, set up a response table, a mailing system at the stages of hiring and training, and checklists for evaluation. Put your finger up and subscribe to the channel. I will teach you how to create the same tools on the channel, and a bunch of live hacks. It will be more fun later.